What's going on, everyone? Marc Guberti here. In this video, we're going to talk about how to grow on every single social network that you want to grow on. So if you want to grow on Instagram, we got you. If you want to grow on YouTube, we got you. If you want to grow on Facebook, we have you there too. So this video is going to be about creating that effective strategy where you're not leaving a social network behind. Now, obviously, the more social networks you want to grow on, the more work this strategy involves. You can look to delegate that later on. You can look to gradually add on, which is my preferred approach. So once I have a social network figured out, I add another one to the strategy, and I do some delegation based on what profits that social network is bringing in for me. So this video is going to be about how to grow on all of them, and you go at your own pace. So the starting point for growing on any social network is to post content very regularly. So on Instagram, I'm posting at least one new picture each day. On YouTube, I'm pretty close to daily uploads at this point. So the idea is to create a lot of content. Now, you can do weekly videos, and you should try and get that to 2 or 3 videos each week. But you can start with weekly videos for other social networks like Instagram or Facebook, where it doesn't require as much effort to come up with a post. You're just creating a picture rather than doing an all-out video editing, uploading, all that. You should be going for daily content. So once you have the content production down, it's just a matter of tweaking some things to have that growth. So the second thing to do to master all of these different social networks is to master their algorithms. So for Instagram and other platforms, that means hashtag research. YouTube actually also does hashtag research. You are allowed 3 hashtags per video, and using extra hashtags like just those 3, it gives you a big boost. So I definitely recommend going back to your older YouTube videos and adding hashtags if you don't have them already. But once you know what wins on the algorithm, and look at your own data, because your data is going to be a big indicator of what wins. So I know for this channel, we do have a lot of people interested in self-publishing. YouTube, Instagram actually have a lot of traction for dividend investing as well, because one of my videos about how to make $100,000 per year in dividend investing, the whole math behind that got a lot of people's attention. So we do put some dividend investing videos on this channel because each one just seems to get a lot of attention and love from you guys and the whole YouTube algorithm. So when you look at your data, you see what type of content outperforms, and you just create more of that content. Now, here comes the part, like, how do you grow on all these platforms? Because so far I just gave you the basic framework for dominating one of these platforms, and the data on YouTube could look a little different from the data on Instagram. So the way that you connect these platforms, the way that you grow on all of them, is you build bridges. So you'll notice for this video, my Instagram username is there, and you can go there and you can follow me on Instagram. In my Instagram stories, I promote all my new YouTube videos when they come out, and I have the link to my YouTube channel in the bio for my Instagram. And the thing I choose to promote on Instagram and on YouTube is going to be different based on how I'm doing on that algorithm. So when the YouTube algorithm's at a point where I'm gaining hundreds of daily subscribers and a lot more views than that every single day, then I would use Instagram to still promote the YouTube, but there would be a stronger focus on another segment of my business. Similarly, if the Instagram suddenly is gaining hundreds of daily followers, I'm going to shift my focus on YouTube. So instead of seeing the Instagram thing down there, you may see Pinterest or something else down there, because the algorithms are already kicking in. And the great thing about having the algorithms kick in on a social network, and even better when it's multiple, is that you are growing your audience on all these different platforms. So you may have someone who just finds you for the first time on Instagram. They have no idea who you were beforehand, and they follow you on Instagram. Then they learn about all of your other platforms. So each social network that you connect together with those bridges is going to bring in new visitors. And then you can have all of them point to another social network. So let's say you had 3 social networks that you're getting the algorithm love, you have the engaged audience, then you point them to that next platform. And this is where you really get a snowball effect. Too many people, they just post on social media to promote their business, and they don't really think about connecting all these social networks together to the point where growth on one of them is growth on all of them. And when you really connect social networks in this way, this is how you see this influencer who seems to have millions of followers on every single social network. They just meaningfully connect all their content together. For Instagram, there are a ton of people who they will just tweet a quote, screenshot the tweet, and then make that their Instagram post to direct more people over to their Twitter. And as you incorporate more social networks, you just promote more of your social networks on more of your social networks. It's just this feedback loop that becomes very powerful once you start it. Now, the only issue with growing on social media is that the algorithm can come in and change the rules at any time. So Facebook, organic pages used to be a really big thing. Now, the only thing organic about Facebook is Facebook groups. So the rules can change on any social network. You can suddenly see a big spike in impressions or a big decline in impressions, and impressions are going to affect everything else, like how many views you get, how many likes you get on your Instagram post, how many people see your tweet. So the algorithms on all these platforms can change anytime. So always have a way to get people onto your email list. That's why I have the free 5-day podcast launch mini course, which you guys can see in the description of this video. Also in the description of this video is a link to schedule a strategy call with me if you want me to do all this stuff for you with your social media. But the key thing is to think long-term with this. And if you think long-term with this and you're able to grow, even if it's on one platform or two platforms, it just makes it so much easier to grow on any platform that you choose. And you get to the point where if you want to launch that second YouTube channel, you already have a massive audience waiting for you. If you launch too many different things, it's harder to address all of them. But if you already have the big audience, the engaged audience waiting for you on 1, 2, or 3 platforms, building up each new platform into a viable business, into a viable stream of income just becomes so much easier. And the moment you build those bridges and you're active on all these platforms with consistent content, that's where the growth happens. If you're wondering how, like, this is going to take a lot of time, you can delegate that to someone who will help you with some of the social network responsibilities. So that is the strategy for growing on all social networks. If you guys enjoyed this video, smash the like button, subscribe for more content, and I'll see you guys in the next one.